There are several moments in your life in which you play something that is truly special. Maybe you remember the first game you ever played on your first console, or your first M-rated game when you were just a preteen. And then sometimes, much later after that, there are a few games that can truly change your perspective on the whole medium, and for me, that game is NieR Automata. Ever since E3 2015, when this game was announced at the Square Enix event, I honestly couldn't believe what I was seeing, considering the fact that the director of this game, Yoko Taro, doesn't make necessarily critical or financial darlings. So, this man is so unique to the game industry because no matter what, he is still given chances to express his creativity, and nobody does it like him. And so, this is truly a game we don't deserve, but for some reason, God allowed us to get a break from this world and get something that's truly unlike anything else you've ever played. The NieR franchise is actually a spin-off of Yoko Taro's first games, the Drakengard series. Now in the first Drakengard, ending D was actually a joke ending in which the world is almost eradicated by a disease, and the first NieR actually follows that ending, even though it's a joke. So literally, the whole NieR franchise is a joke, but who cares? So now we're at NieR Automata, which takes place a couple thousand years after the first game, and if you haven't played the other games, there's no worry because these games are all independent, so you don't need to know the other ones, but you might miss the little callbacks and Easter eggs in this game that reference the other games. I know it's a lot of games within games within games, and that's the complexity of it all, and that's why us devoted Yoko Taro fans love these games so much. Unlike other entries in the franchise, NieR Automata was worked on with Platinum Games, who are well known for their titles Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance and the Bayonetta series. Now, they've made a bunch of other games, but I think the two I just mentioned truly represent what they're capable of, since in my opinion those are their finest games to date. Well, besides this one, this trumps all of them. If you've ever played any of their games, then you know exactly what you're getting into. Square for light attack, triangle for heavy, R2 to boost forward to dodge, and if you boost at the right time, then you're able to pull off attacks like the one you just saw. It's fucking sick. The first NieR game was well known for its variety in gameplay, ranging from being a shmup to a side-scroller, maybe even a top-down game, and then of course your average third-person action game. And this game follows in its footsteps very well, making that type of gameplay even better than it was at the first time around. Unfortunately, I can't show you the shmup gameplay due to spoiler reasons, but rest assured my friends, I can tell you this much. This is the finest shmup that I have played in years. So the gameplay overall is varied and nearly perfect, but my only problems come... I can't talk about it fully because of spoilers, but let's just say sometimes there's an overwhelming number of enemies to the point that the fights kind of become bullshit where you just have to keep trying over and over again until eventually you barely survive, because this game can be tough later on in the story. If you're not good at video games, this game's fucking brutal. Look at all these goddamn bodies here. They're all noobs. So now that I've talked about how much I enjoy the gameplay, let's move on to what is usually the most important aspect of a Yoko Taro game, the story. Like I said, taking place thousands of years after the first NieR, aliens come and invade Earth, humanity loses the war, causing them to flee to the moon. Here, they develop androids to fight our wars for us down on Earth, and these androids include our main characters, 9S and 2B. Yoko Taro is damn good when it comes to writing characters, and this game is no exception, as 9S and 2B are some of the most endearing and genuine main leads I have ever seen in a role-playing game. Though they are androids, their humanity still comes off so strong as they struggle with morality, self-identification, aka existentialism, which this game goes surprisingly deep into. The best way to explain existentialism in story is when a character has no free will because everything is predetermined for them. It's because the author writes down their actions and fates. They have no control over anything they do. This is well done in the play Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, which is about the two characters in Romeo and Juliet and how their actions have no impact on the story because no matter what, it is all a play, and throughout the ages, it'll always be the same result over and over again. They will be sent to die, and nothing they do really matters. Speaking of Romeo and Juliet, once again Yoko Taro defies your expectations and includes a rendition of it done by machines. Now I won't spoil exactly what changes, but it's very powerful to understand the message of the game and how humanity is so out of touch by now. Besides existentialism, the game touches on many different philosophical concepts and ideas. They're all thought-provoking, including gender roles, sexuality, trust, betrayal, and in this clip, here in a side quest, morality of killing, which is a very common theme throughout. And in addition to all this, they also touch on religion. In the beginning, you just see this as your standard action role-playing game, but with the story, it becomes much more than that, and all of these thought-provoking ideas really stick with you even long after the game is done. And when you slowly start to connect together the ideas that this game is trying to present, it truly is some mind-blowing stuff that I haven't experienced in other games. I almost forgot to mention that all the other characters in this game are great, whether it comes to voice acting or characterization. Even a couple characters from the first NieR return for this one. Now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about another strong aspect of this game, the art style. My god, is this game beautiful to look at. Maybe the average person will see this initially think, oh, it's just another gray looking post-apocalyptic open world, but let me tell you, there is a lot of life even when the world itself is lifeless. There's a bunch of vegetation, a lot of different color use, especially in the amusement park section here. It's personally my favorite because of the fact that it has so many colors even when the color palette is dark. And here's another industrial place where the shadow and smoke effects are so strong. This truly is a visually stunning game, even when it doesn't have the best graphics in the world. It just shows that art design is truly what makes or breaks a game's visuals. I have very few problems with this game. I talked about the first one, about the difficulty spike later on in the story, and the other one is the frame rate. Now this may not turn off some people, but to others it could be a make or break deal. Now it's nothing game breaking for me personally, but I should take note that sometimes it does dip into the 40s when there's a lot of enemies on screen, and it could cause your timing with attacks and dodges to be a little off, thus causing you to fail. It could lead to frustrations, but it's nothing that could stop you from fully enjoying this game. Just wanted to put it out there. Now, last but not least, let's talk about that amazing soundtrack. This is easily the best soundtrack in any video game I have ever heard, and yes, it is better than the first NieRs. Now, the first NieR, besides being known for being weird and having varied gameplay, it is also very, very well known for its music. I mean, you go look up the Song of the Ancients in the first NieR, and wow, it has over 1 million views. I don't even think the game sold that many copies, so, you know, 1 + 1 = 6, that doesn't add up. And yeah, this game fully delivers, fully improves over it. I think that's the best way to summarize this whole game. It is literally everything that NieR did, but better and perfected. And this soundtrack, I would tell you to look it up, but it might spoil things with the title, so I guess just look up the main theme, Weight of the World. It is beautiful. I love that song so much, and without going into spoilers, it has so much meaning. Oh my god, it literally moves me to tears every time I hear it now. It is that good. And yeah, I think that's all I have to cover. So my final verdict would have to be this game is no doubt absolutely 10 out of 10. I don't know if I want to give numbers in my reviews, but Usually I think with other reviews I won't, but I'm so confident that this game is a masterpiece that yes, I would give it a 10 out of 10. There's no debate. Now, is it perfect? No, I already talked about my problems with it. But regardless of all the problems, this still is one of the greatest games ever made, period. I think it's easily the best game this generation, best PS4 exclusive, maybe best PC game. I don't know, we'll see how that port comes out. It's gonna stand the test of time. I think 10, 20 years from now, I will look back fondly on this the way I do today. And I can't thank Yoko Taro and Platinum Games enough for all the hard work they put into this and just how goddamn well it all paid off. So, with all that being said, I highly recommend you go check this out, and I will be making a spoiler-filled analysis later on because I have completely 100%ed this game, so I know everything in and out of it. And yeah, once you pick up the game and beat it, come back and check out that video, and we can all discuss how amazing this game is in the comments below. I mean, as long as you guys don't put spoilers in this comment section, it's fine. But yeah, if you enjoy the video, leave a like, comment, don't forget to subscribe, and as always, have yourself a good day. I am outie with a